Lola Montez was one of a number of star attractions that came to Ballarat. We had many Europeans, British performers, there were Americans who really saw the Goldfields as a great pot of gold for entertainers to make their fortune.
When she comes to Ballarat, we have to understand the context in which she arrives.
Life was pretty free and easy on the Goldfields. There'd been no time for the typical structures of a civilised society to build up. It was very much that wild frontier.
There's so much social flux. I mean, people's roles are being expanded. Jack is as good as his master. Suddenly men who had nothing have riches. Men who in England had had quite high roles in society, had been well-respected professionals, are now diggers down on their luck.
Writers talk about the clay-covered democracy of the early Goldfields when everybody was really equal. If someone was a doctor or a lawyer or a painter from the courts of Europe, they were absolutely equal with the ex-convicts who might have come over from Tasmania.
And women who were supposed to accept any marriage proposal that was come to them and be grateful for it, now were finding in Australia that because there was this huge disproportion of the sexes, they could choose who they wanted to marry. And this was unheard of. And there's all sorts of anxiety at the time around these gender power imbalances and reversals. And so Lola arrives right at that moment. And in a way she becomes a lightning rod for all of that controversy and all of that social anxiety about place, about women's place, about class. And so she was used in a sense as a way for society to be able to explore the tensions that were going on.
There is this change occurring around the time that Lola came. There's more and more women have settled in Ballarat, so there's more families. There's beginning to be a much greater concern about propriety in the behaviour of women and modesty of dress and these kinds of matters.
And so there's a lot of outcry, public outcry, about the more out there aspects of her performances. And interestingly, it's not the political aspects of her performances that are really focused upon. There's much more concern that Lola is lifting the heights of her skirts, that she's being lewd, that she's testing the boundaries of morality.
And of course, you know, the diggers loved her, but it's this beginnings of the stratified society, the emergence of class structures, basically, that meant that it's the upper classes that are tending to suddenly look down their noses morally at the behaviour of Lola Montez.